but everything is going to be all right. Thursday night, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. I am here, Sun752, all up in the place. And you was good. How y'all doing tonight, man? Everybody cool? Oh, hey, tomorrow's Friday. Technically, right now it's Friday. We made it. It may not have been the easiest thing for all of us, but we got through. And we got through. It's not you. It's them, baby. Yeah. T-Carry right. Cheryl Halsey, baby. And So. Yo, sometimes you gotta feel good regardless. Sometimes you gotta put your real feelings aside and just feel good. Life is worth living. And sometimes you have to be reminded of that. I know I do. So I'ma follow through. So tonight on the Daily Go Get a Midsom show, we talking about sticking up for them, even if they funny looking. Do you know what I'm talking about? So, sticking up for them, even if they funny looking, or they smell, hygiene, a little dirty, or nerdy. If they your person, you gotta stand up for them. But would you? So one time somebody record. What's up, Crash? Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about, would you stand up for them, stick up for them, even if they were funny looking tonight? If they were funny looking, if they were unpopular, if you knew that a lot of people didn't like them, if they had a little hygiene problem, if they weren't the snappiest dresser, if they were a little bit quirky, a little bit different, maybe even a lot of it, would you stand up for them? So I guess what we're going to talk about tonight is loyalty in terms of when somebody is your person. When somebody is your person, and by somebody being your person, I mean like, you know how you have friends, you might have a best friend, and your best friend is normally your best friend because y'all have so much in common. They're normally your best friend because no matter what, y'all have this spiritual connection that y'all have with each other, and y'all can share things. There's a trust factor there. There's a bond, visible and spiritual, that can't be broken between the two of you. So y'all are on the same page with a lot of things. So you may understand them in a way that the rest of the world doesn't understand them. But it can be a little harder when that friend of yours just has a little bit more going on than you would like to have a friend going on. When that friend has a little bit more going on than you would like for them to have going on. Hey man, sometimes it's like that. You know, that's why I'm saying standing up for them even if they're funny looking. Have you ever had a best friend that really wasn't that good looking? They was your homie though. the type of dude, if you're a dude, the type of dude that you always had to hook them up with a date. You know, if you had a girl, if you got with a girl, if you were seeing somebody, whatever, you would ask them if they got somebody for your man. Because it might have been a little harder for him to get him on his own. You know, even if he was just funny looking, that doesn't necessarily mean that he was ugly. But he just might have been a little funny looking, like maybe like have big ears or something. A real bad acne problem, a terrible haircut, you know, things like that. It happens. Things like that can happen. But that's your man's. That's your man, $100,000, and ain't nobody gonna stand in between the two of y'all. That's your boy. And you know, even though the only way he was ever going to get any dates was if you hooked him up, because not only may he have been funny looking, but he may have also been a little shy or socially awkward. Standing up for somebody who's socially awkward. Have you ever had a friend like that? A friend that really finds it hard to make friends? If you know what I'm talking about. I've had friends who, was socially awkward. Maybe try to fit in too hard, try too hard to fit in, or didn't try at all to fit in, but were not built to be independent. So that, the way that some people act around other people, like let's say you got a friend, a male friend, and he don't know how to act around girls. He don't know what to do. So maybe when girls come around, he starts acting so funny around them that it really turns the girls off. It turns the girls off. So you gotta be, advocating for him. Like, nah, he cool, y'all. You know what I mean? That's my man and all that. You just gotta get to know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be the type of person that holds it down for him no matter what. Like, listen, that's my boy. Nobody is gonna diss him. Nobody is gonna front on him. Nobody is gonna make him look bad. That's my man. You know what I mean? Once y'all get to know him like I know him, you know what I mean? He'll be your boy too. He's a good dude. So I'm just not gonna let him go down like that. Now, the thing about it is not everybody can do that. Not everybody can defend somebody against all odds, especially in those formative years, middle school, junior high, high school, college for a lot of people. Those years where you really are trying to find your social base. You're trying to find where you fit in, where your crew is going to be, your posse. Your group of homies. When you're trying to establish that, when you are trying to rise above, baby. Just trying to find a way to fit in. Trying to make a friend. Yo. So, sometimes the odd couple is a real life experience. So you gotta roll with those punches. But will you defend your man when all is said and done? Let me be the one. So we like tonight. I'ma have fun regardless. We gonna talk about this tonight. Hit the like button though. Yeah. So, do y'all understand what we're talking about? Defending them even if they're funny looking, even if they walk funny, even if they have a crazy sounding voice, even if it's hard for them to make friends, even if they're socially awkward, even if they're ugly, even if even if they smell like their house. You know how some people smell like their house. Like, you ever have a friend or somebody that you know who has a peculiar smell, not necessarily a stink, but they have this peculiar smell that you can't really put your finger on. And you go over their house and you realize, like, oh shit, they smell like the crib. So everybody in here smell like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that smell is, But y'all know what I'm talking about. Because every house has a smell. It doesn't have anything necessarily to do with your, your personal, your domestic cleanliness or whatever. But every house has a smell. So, but some smells, some houses have a more pungent or stronger smell than other houses. So it might, when you find out that the person that you've been dealing with or the person that you know smells like they crib. Like, oh shit. So that's it. So it don't have nothing to do with soap and water. He didn't stink. He just had this, she just had this fragrance. I'm not gonna call it an odor, because when we talk about an odor, we're normally talking about a negative smell. So we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna necessarily go there. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put away my drums. I'ma put away my drums. Put away my drums. Put away my drums. Put away my drums. So you know what? It's mischief night. In Philly, we call it mystery night. But this is the night where young people, it's the night before Halloween. And this is supposed to be the night where people egg up cars and write on windows with soap and put toilet paper in trees and lawns. And, they call it mischief night. We used to call it mystery night in Philly. It wasn't until I went to school with white people that I found out that there was a such thing as mischief night. We used to call it mystery night. And it made sense to me because it was a mystery who fucked up your shit. Throwing eggs at windows, taking soap, bar soap and writing shit on the car windows. We wouldn't tear shit up. It was mischief night, not vandalism night. We didn't make no extra bills for nobody, but what we would do is put them in a position where they had to wipe something off, spray something off, or go to the car wash. It was shit around here. And they made, because I'm at work during that time, they used to throw eggs at each other. I'd have seen some hellified egg fights on this block over the years. Some hellified egg fights. But it is what it is. JJ, my dude, was good. Good to see me. Some of you always, my friend. Always good to see you. So tonight on the Daily Go Getimism show, we are talking about standing up for them, even if they funny looking. Even if they funny looking. Even if they don't have no money. Even if they're socially awkward. Even if they walk with a crazy limp. Even if they got a baby arm. Even if they just a little bit retarded. That's your friend. That's your people's. That's your mans and them. But like I said, in those formative years, for a lot of people, it's hard for them to stand up for their friends. But if it's hard for you to stand up for your friend, just because some other people may not appreciate them or like them or whatever, you have to ask yourself, what kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you where you can't defend your friend, even though your friend is worthy of being defended? That's what you have to ask yourself. But it happens with some people. And during your formative years, as you're growing up, you're learning people, you're meeting people and all that. You start to sift out who's a real friend and who's not. Even if they're not your best friend, you know who's worthy. You know who's worthy of wearing the title of friend versus somebody who you may give the side eye to, like, yeah, well, you kind of present yourself as a friend, but you ain't really real. You ain't really real, But it goes the way it goes. We learn the way that we learn in this world. And one of the ways that we really learn about the world is through our social connections, through our friendships, through our partnerships. The people who we hang around. When they say birds of a feather flock together, they're not saying that y'all all do the same things, not the exact same things. But what they are saying is that, yeah, we all have something in common that keeps us being able to hang with each other in harmony. Not that we don't have disagreements, sometimes fights, sometimes people have to get in and mediate. Like, no. You go on this side, you go on this side. We're not doing that. We supposed to be brothers. But what it means is, for the most part, we're able to get along. We're able to agree. We're able to, to get some things done. Even if the only thing that we're getting done is some social shit. We might not be moving and shaking nothing in the world, but it is what it is. Carla, my girl Carla is in the house. What's going on? Y'all getting in here all late? Y'all was out for mystery night? Yo, Carla, I was trying to explain to them how we used to call mischief night mystery night in Philly. It was I knew it as mystery night. Like, yo, this night before Halloween, you going out there doing all kinds of shit you ain't got no business doing, messing up shit, hitting, ringing doorbells, running, throwing eggs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mystery night. Who did this shit to my car? Now, we ain't scratched the car. We didn't dent the car. The car is worthy of a car wash tomorrow. You're going to have to go to the car wash that egg off the car, wash that soap off the car, wash that toilet paper off the car. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole carton of eggs. You threw it all in the car. So it's Halloween now. It's the 31st of the month. And do y'all realize that Thanksgiving is just a few weeks away? What are we doing? How did we get here? Because I don't know about y'all, but to me, it seems like it was just the beginning of the year. We was just screaming Happy New Year. With all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. If all acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on old lang syne. You know what I'm saying? So you got New Year's, then you got Martin Luther, MLK Day, then, Valentine's Day, then the spring starts kicking in, then you got Easter, then you got Memorial Day, then 4th of July, Juneteenth. Well, Juneteenth came before the 4th of July, and then Labor Day. And Labor Day was just last month, and here we are. You're about to be putting that food on the table. Or however it's going to get done, because this is the last day that the government has to, extend those SNAP benefits, or Thanksgiving is going to be fucked up for a lot of people. Even people that ain't on welfare, even people that don't get food stamps, count on food stamps for food for Thanksgiving. If you know, you know. Wink, 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 wink. Just because you ain't on food stamps don't mean that you ain't on food stamps. Like me, I would never want to qualify for food stamps. But I want me some food stamps. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I like free food and I like a lot of money for food. That shit is expensive, especially nowadays in 2025. Food stamps is what you need. Shit. So, 42 million people having to fend for themselves. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but that's a serious situation if you ask me. That's a very serious situation. JJ says they can only do so much to help themselves with money. Interesting. Says if their family all looks weird and crazy, just don't try to hook me up with your sister and your auntie. Fair enough. Fair enough. JJ also says, damn right, friends is friends, but not if they're wrong. I will protect them from harm, but not defend their actions if they do dumb shit. For me, it all depends. It does. It depends. It depends on what dumb shit you did. Because if your dumb shit ain't no catastrophic shit, no shit that will cast a negative light on everybody or all parties involved, you might still be worthy of defending. But you know, this topic will go deep because when you really think about it, think about the friends and the family members and the spouses of politicians. Nowadays, think about with these unpopular policies in government right now. Can you imagine being JD Vance's wife? Can you imagine being JD Vance's wife or his kids having explained why her husband or their father is kissing the ass of this president when he previously said that this president was no good and that he was a Nazi and blah, blah, blah? Like, how do you explain that? How do you defend that? Well, you may defend it because you're their spouse or you're their child or you're their friend or family member or whatever. So you like, well, listen, I may not agree with his flip-flopping. I may not agree with his grifting. I may not agree with his policies at all. But that's my man. That's my man, 100 grand, and we're going to stand on that. So I get it. So with me, you don't necessarily have to be right. But you can't be what I would call dangerously wrong. Dangerously wrong. Like other people will get hurt because of the shit that you're doing. I won't defend that. But, and even that's a little questionable because it depends, man. I'm a loyal type of dude. I'm really the type that will defend you in public. Like, nah, man, fuck out of here. That's my man. Y'all wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear none of that shit y'all talking about. But in public, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, dog? You crazy? You gonna get everybody fucked up over this shit. And yo, man, that was some stupid shit to do anyway. Shit, I'm ready to give you adult shaking baby syndrome. What the fuck, you dumbass mother? What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta give somebody the adult shaking. Fucker. Sometimes they gotta get the adult shaking baby syndrome. I mean, they hear. Oh my. Anyway, that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Get Mism Show. I need y'all to do me one little solid. Please hit that like button. That's all I need you to do. Please hit the like button. Let's have this conversation tonight. Standing up for them even though they funny looking. Hey, what kind of friend are you is just because your friend is not pleasing to the eye, you can't defend them? Like what? Like, how do you even sleep at night when you know that you are that level of shallow, that level of foul? I mean, if you can't defend the physical looks of somebody who you call a friend, then you're just like the people who are dissing them. You're just like the people who dissing them. If you can't stick up for them, like I can't get the good word because I got some big ass ears or some shit. Y'all realize I could have looked like this? What kind of shit would that have been? It would have changed a whole lot in my life. You know what I mean? That would have changed a lot. I'm glad that didn't happen. But everybody has some kind of quirky look to them. Nobody is super beautiful or the most handsome person to everybody. Not everybody. JJ says politicians are different. They're all devils. Are they? Are they? Says a politician's wife defending them is just a case of not biting the hand that feeds. Well, you know what? It's funny you should say that. It's funny you should say that because in the case of JD Vance's wife, she's a lawyer. She don't really need him. You know, he's vice president of the United States, but you know, with or without him, she can make a living. She's not a shrinking violet. She's not somebody who can't take care of herself. She's not somebody who don't have the skills to pay the bills. She's not somebody who just, will sit around a crib barefoot and pregnant. Not that there's anything wrong with that arrangement if that's what y'all decide on. Speaking of which, the same thing as that. Imagine because a man and a woman have decided that the man wants to work, he'll be the primary breadwinner, and he wants his woman to stay home, raise the children, and she doesn't work, she doesn't pay any bills, she doesn't do any of those things. He will provide all of the money and a stipend for her, whatever she needs. She has access to bank accounts. She has access to credit cards. She can buy whatever she wants, and she doesn't have to work. Some people don't agree with that arrangement because they figure that it's primitive, it's outdated. It puts the man in a more powerful position, a position to be able to negatively control everybody in the situation. So let's say your family member is part of an arrangement like that, or your friend, somebody close to you is part of that arrangement, and you can't defend them. Like, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. Like, they ain't hurt nobody. It's a traditional, you may be taking it back to, as a matter of fact, when Donald Trump says make America great again, he's talking about that time in life where women didn't work, women didn't go to school, they didn't go to college or any of that kind of stuff. They stayed home, raised the kids, and so there was no such thing as childcare. There was no such thing as a I don't know, I guess a babysitter only when the parents went out together or whatever. But that's what he wants to take America back to that time. And there are a lot of people who agree with that. Well, if that's what they want to do, if they're my people, I say, hey, that's their arrangement. He makes enough money for her not to have to work. He's comfortable. And the arrangement that they have with each other, so, all right, that's on them. Shoot, I'm sure there are more people out there who would like to be in that kind of position to be able to do it. It's not easy. It's not easy being able to run a household and build a fortune on only one income these days. So with people who can do it, good for them. But it's not up to me to diss it if those are my people. So if you roll with me, of course I'm gonna be like, hey man, that's their thing. They can do that. But let's talk about a more controversial type situation. What up, Pastor Dylan says, God bless everyone in here. I hope the best for y'all. Well, I hope the best for you too, Pastor Dylan. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Yes, Pastor Dylan, I appreciate you, sir. All right. Let's take a situation like this. You are close to a couple. Maybe it's your brother. Maybe it's your cousin. Maybe it's a friend of yours. Maybe it's somebody close to you, and they are a married couple, but they engage in wife swapping. They engage in the swinger lifestyle. They have sex with other couples who are married as well. They swingers. Y'all know what swingers do. Y'all know what swingers do. Now, maybe you don't agree with the swinging lifestyle. Like, yo, that ain't my thing. Y'all, like, y'all bugging. Like, what's the point? What's the point in being together, and especially being married, if y'all have no semblance of monogamy? Because this ain't nothing but organized, approved cheating. This ain't nothing but organized, approved cheating. Well, but that's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they want to do. That's what they've agreed to do. And that's what makes them, that's what keeps them together. It's a strange kind of glue. It's not the kind you sniff. That ain't the rubber cement. That ain't the Elmer's. But that's what they do. Is it my business? No. Is it your business? No. But we might have an opinion on it. We might have an opinion on it. What's your opinion on it? If you had a friend or a family member or somebody that was close to you and they were married, legally married, really married, but you knew that they participated in the swinger lifestyle. And if you knew other people knew what they do, because maybe they weren't even secret about it. And they would, so people talk candidly about how they feel about stuff like that. So if you heard people saying like, yeah, man, they swingers and shit, they nasty as hell. You know what I mean? They wife swapping and they don't give a fuck about each other. They don't care about each other. What would you do? Would you be able to defend them? Even though you may not agree with that swinger lifestyle either. But would you be able to defend them? That's the question. Would you be able to defend them? And would you? Would you defend them? Or would you say, yeah, I think you're right about that one. Yeah, they swingers, I don't know. they both of them look like they walking poster children for the CDC, for the Center of Disease Control, baby. What would you do? What would you do? Okay, let me see. JJ says the person who doesn't defend their friend or family members is worse than the stranger. Interesting. And JJ also says, I just want to know why it's only weird looking. It's only my weird looking friends and their weird looking chicks that swap. It's always the wrong ones. Well, JJ, they say it's easier to fix a problem like that from the inside. So if you want to do some wife swapping and you want to clean up, you want to drain the swamp of wife swapping, you might have to get in there and implement some rules. Like, yo, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Let me have your attention. We're about to clean up this wife swapping. Y'all been tripping. Yeah, this wife swapping that y'all doing. All these ugly chicks. Oh yeah. All this wife swapping y'all doing out here. This shit don't make no sense. Hit that like button. We about to change the wife swapping. We about to change the wife swapping. Yeah, we stopping. Wife stopping, not going to be the same. We about to change the game. We about to change the name. No more wife swapping, this wife sharing. We about to do this thing, act like we really caring. And we sparing nothing but the ride. Yo, you understand this thing? We about to do this thing, it's kind of odd. I know this wife swapping shit ain't for everybody, but we gonna make sure we get some real nice hotties. Y'all wives is kind of funny looking, so we ain't trying to get with them, and then we ain't booking no sessions for y'all. We about to get this thing changed around and stand tall. Yo, if you're down the wife swap, yo, get into the shit. We just like the cops. We policing this shit. We gonna make sure nobody get locked up, get fucked. Yeah. Yo, we changing wife swapping. We changing wife swapping. We changed his wife swapping. Yo, break it down like this. Yo, we used to swap wives that had that crazy shit. Look in their eyes and the shit I did despise. And the lies that was really being told. We was kind of like slaves and we was getting sold. Sold down the river. Yo, it made me shiver. I was looking at that thing and I was like, yo, I can't give her no wood, no good. I stood on my own 10 toes. Yo, understand these hoes. Gotta get a little better for the wife swap. So we gotta change that shit around. No stop. No, we gonna stop. We gonna change it. We gonna do things, switch it around and rearrange it, baby. We change around wife swapping. Yo, we change around wife swapping. Ain't no stopping. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm? Understand? Well, hold on. Can I get it? I know this is all. All right, let's go. Let's go, y'all. All right. So, in my opinion, I've stood up enough. I've stood up enough. Are we on board about what this topic is about? Because I feel like it took me a while to really hammer the point home. And by the way, while I'm here, I need some help from y'all. I need some help from y'all. What, like the World Series? I haven't been really following it. What is the record of the World Series? Who's winning? How many games of the World Series have been played? Is it almost over? Let me know before I Google it. I would rather y'all let me know rather than to Google it. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, standing up for them even if they're funny looking. Standing up for them even if they're funny looking. Can you do it? Have you done it? Yeah, hopefully I don't spill nothing on me tonight. Yo, man, I spilled damn near a whole cup of Colin. That's what this is. On me last night because I fell asleep with the cup in my hand and that shit it was a mess. Had to clean the carpets and all of that. That was a catastrophic mistake if I ever saw one. Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Just hit the like button. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's only gonna help something. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's only gonna help something. So defending them even if they funny looking. Defending them even if they broke. Defending them even if they are quirky as hell, nerdy as hell, awkward as hell. Defending them even if they got a squeaky voice. Defending them even if they are a scaredy cat. Defending them even if they are crazy neurotic. Defending them even if they are crazy neurotic. Defending them even if they're crazy neurotic. It happens. This is what we got to do sometimes. This is what we got to do. And your ability to do it or not kind of, sheds a light on whether you are a friend, a real friend or not. And sometimes we find out that we're not really the kind of friend that we would want somebody to be for us. Sometimes. But more times than often, or more times than likely, we find out that somebody else is not worthy of the friendship tag that we may have been giving them for years. And we may go back and make them earn it. We find out sometimes that some people are not worthy of the friendship tag that we have given them, and we have to sometimes go back and make them earn it. It goes the way it goes. It goes the way it goes. Have you ever found out that somebody didn't defend you? Have you ever found out that somebody that was close to you or that you felt was close to you did not defend you in a certain situation where you felt like they should have, but instead you found out that they actually sided with the people who were against you? Have you ever found that out? I think we all probably go through something like that at some point in our lives. For some of us, it can be a heartbreaking experience. And for others of us, it might be something that we've come to expect. Like maybe we don't expect a higher, deeper, a higher, deeper. How can you be higher and deeper? For some of us, maybe we don't expect a deeper form of loyalty when it comes to certain people. And I get it. I get it. Marvina Big B, what's good? And my man Oakland coming through. What's good, man? Y'all must live in one of those areas where they celebrate Halloween early. You know, I've known areas where the people was trick-or-treating even before Halloween. Some people do the trick-or-treating things. There's some places in the country where they trick-or-treat way before Halloween. Like, I saw people out there, I see people on the internet, they already trick-or-treating. I'm like, you're trick-or-treating on the 29th and the 30th? Where they do that? There are places where they do that. Yes, they are. Yes, there are. But anyway. Oh, shit. Oakland says, got sideswiped yesterday at Burger King while using my friend's car. Got mad at me after the car ran and had no license plate for me to see. Oh, man. We're not friends no more. Damn. That's an unfortunate situation, but most importantly, are you okay? Are you okay? Because we can get cars repaired, even if we have to do it out of pocket. We don't like to do it, but even if you have to get a car fixed out of pocket, that's a lot better than, your health being compromised because you got in a bad accident. Whiplash, bad back. When your car gets hit, a whole lot of shit can happen. You said, yeah, the car just scraped and bent on the door. Okay, the car is just scraped and bent on the door. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're safe, because that's the most important thing. And you can repair that friendship too, if that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do. Sometimes, Oakland, a situation like that might wake us up to whether we really ever were friends, if we are our friends, if we really are friends, and maybe even make you define what kind of friend that we are. Maybe. Marvina says, just offer to pay the deductible for now. Now, he may have had insurance where he didn't have collision insurance. Some people don't get it because, the bend that, I fucked around and bit my tongue. That hurt. Makes my thing start bleeding. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Some people, some areas are so expensive with the insurance, like North Jersey. North Jersey, a lot of people get the basic insurance because it's so expensive up that shit. If you ever saw that movie New Jersey Drive, with all them cats stealing cars like crazy up in Newark, that shit is a real thing. That's their thing. Carjacking and stealing cars. That shit is crazy. My man James Flooring is in the house. What's good? My man's in them. And my main man, Jason Sloan says, hey, put that thing back in your mouth and keep it. You crazy shit. Yo, chill. Chill, son, chill. JJ says, does anyone know what the deal is with passing out potatoes to trick-or-treaters? I don't know if I can defend that, friend. Passing out potatoes? To put on the barrel of a gun so it's a silencer? You know that doesn't really work. It doesn't. You'll still hear a loud bang. But, you know, it's a cool line to say in a rap battle. Yeah, put the potato in the barrel and make French fries. Put the potato in the barrel and make French fries. Yeah, when I flashed that thing, you should have seen his eyes. He looked hella surprised. And he despised the way I sprayed him down. Yeah, and the guys was putting the cuffs on me and I had to go. Life bid, maybe even death, I tell you so. But it was worth it in the end. I took him out, my friend, because he fucked with the guard. And I can't let it spin. Like the barrel, Russian roulette. Every round in the chamber, yeah, you get sent to the maker. You're done. All right. Anyway. James Foreman says, just chilling, about to sleep in a bit. I understand. I am. I do. Oakland says, son, are you going to be Jaden Smith for Halloween? Oh my God, you're so funny. That's why I'm not going to defend you when people talk shit about you. That did it. That totally did it. Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith shouldn't even be Jaden Smith for Halloween. That boy is dressed for Halloween every time I see him. Why him always dressed for Halloween? Make sure I got this thing right. Make sure we get it right. We good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Hold on. All right, we good. All right, hold on. Make sure we scrape. Okay, we good. We hella good. Trying to keep my streak going, you know? Make sure I keep my streak going. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all. Okay. Marvina says, son, you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah. Okay. James Flores says, just spreaded my uncle's remains today in the Evergreen River on my reservation. That's what's up. Yeah, he is in Wisconsin. Yeah. Land of the cold. Whew, that Wisconsin cold is some serious shit, boy. Only thing colder than Wisconsin cold is Minnesota cold. If you can imagine that. Minnesota cold. Damn, people don't even talk about Minnesota cold. They'd be like, yo, that shit. So cold, you just get mad at motherfuckers for nothing. You know what I mean? You go to Minnesota. When I go to Milwaukee in the wintertime, I'll be like, how y'all do this shit? It be so cold. You go in the crib, you can still see the steam coming out your mouth. Maybe that was just the houses I went in. But I'm just saying. I mean, you know, the cold just don't stop. A lot of snow. Yes. This shit is fucking freezing. 818 night was good. 818 night. Marvina says, "Oh, that's too cold." I've been to Milwaukee in all 4 seasons. All 4 of them. The summertimes be hot and muggy as shit with mad mosquitoes. They have an actual mosquito alert. That shit be all on the news and all. I'm like, a mosquito alert? That shit is that bad. But then the winter times are so cold. You be wondering, like, how does anything survive that winter? How? But it's all good. Jay Sloan says, "May the Almighty hold your uncle close, James, and may your family feel his presence every quiet moment when his spirits whisper. One love." That's good shit, Jason. Really is. I like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear. That's the kind of thing I like to see. It's good shit. Support. Why not? Doesn't take anything to support, but some people get so caught up in the whole popular thing and the whole, how can I say it? They get so caught up in the, the who's who and, who's a somebody versus who ain't nobody. Some people really feed into that popularity shit, man. And that's how a friendship can really be strained. That's an easy way for a friendship to be strained. It's like having an ugly girlfriend or boyfriend. So y'all boyfriend and girlfriend in secrecy. So maybe you like the sex, or maybe you even like the companionship, but you don't like the way they look. So you keep it on the down low. Nobody has to know. So when friends are around, when the cool kids are around, you fronting on your peoples. But when y'all by yourselves, you apologizing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean none of that. And you mean everything to me. And I need you. You're my everything. And everything is you. You're my everything. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know about y'all, man, but once I see you front on me, you will not get multiple chances to do it. I don't desire to be friends with a fronter. I don't want to be friends with no fronter. And that's just me. Oakman says, "Is it valid that I want New Edition played at my funeral?" Which song? Which song? Hopefully we never get a chance to arrange it, but I'm just curious. What song? What New Edition song would you play at a funeral? Home? Home as in home going? Is this the end? Marvina says, "Yeah, I had a friend that I loved her through, and I just didn't tell her about the other friends I had. She is passed and I miss her. I'm coming home." Okay. I ain't even mad at that. I ain't mad at it. I like the song. It's a good song. It's a good song. It's a good song. One of the older Johns. Yeah, man. Yeah. not being able to defend your friend just because they have some shit going on that might be different than other people, or it might be a subject of conversation, sometimes negative conversation with other people. But what kind of friend are you not to defend that person? Now, in a situation where, let's say a friend of yours went to jail. They got sentenced, they committed a crime. Maybe it was a serious crime. They got sentenced to mad years in jail. Does that necessarily mean that just because you don't agree with what they did, let's say they robbed a bank. They robbed the bank. I ain't gonna make this too hard. They robbed the bank. They was robbing a string of banks. Would it be hard for you to defend them against other people? Because some people judge people
you have a call.
Who have gone to jail. They really judge them. Like, yo, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And some people really look down on ex-convicts. I get it, but I don't necessarily agree with that. My man Try, the one them called Try.
Save your love for me, 'cause I'm coming home to you.
There you go. Yeah.
My baby. That's that shit.
That was the shit. That's why I said I
too long. Missing you so much. Coming home.
That was that shit, boy.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite ones, man. I still listen to that.
Yeah, that's a good joint. That's a good joint.
Damn, Oakland? That was a good one. You clapped for your first time in a long time. You said you came up with something good, bro.
Well, the thing is, he wanted played at his funeral. So you know what I mean? I don't know.
You know what I mean?
No.
What about if it isn't love? Why does it hurt so bad? I got one. Is this the end?
That's what I thought. That's what he was gonna say. He messed me up with the I'm coming home, John.
That would be a good one, Oakland. Is this the end? Mama told me one day it was gonna happen. That's a good one right there. Is this the end? What's up, good brother?
Word. I'm good, man. Feeling like a real man should. I'm straight like 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Maybe even like, I don't know, 9:15.
Yo, man, I've never muscle relaxer, flexerol. For it to be those small pills, it packs so much strength to knock you the fuck out.
Word.
I mean, you would have thought I went down to SP, South Philly, and got a one-on-one.
Oh shit. A one-on-one. One pill, one drink. Yeah.
You know?
Yes, I do know. I had a friend who almost died on a 4-on-4. That motherfucker was crazy.
Bro, my fault. I know you know. Ooh, my.
Yeah, you know the ooh. I used to roll with the ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Honorary South Philly.
Fuck Ann Hill. I roll with the ooh. I roll with the ooh.
For real, bro. Hey. What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? Much love to everybody. Blessings out to you, James, you and your family. I will hold you deep in my heart, deep in my prayers. I hope and pray that you and your family made it through what y'all had to do today, as well as my brother's son and what he's still dealing with. You know how much I love and care about him too. So we're here for each other, man. You know what I mean? You know, we all we got.
Word up.
So that's how we do it up here.
It's very rare. It's very rare. That's very rare. Very rare.
You know what I mean? Like the boy from Twin City, 50 Tyson. 50 Tyson.
All right, so you know what we talking about?
Yes, bro.
All right.
Yes. We're talking about standing up for them, even if they're funny looking.
Right. So basically, even if they're not popular with other people or pleasing to the eye, or maybe even don't even have the kind of hygiene that, might be conducive to attraction, or if they're
Look,
socially
man,
awkward or whatever.
I got one story, boy. I used to go to Durham on 16th and Lombard. I graduated from Durham Elementary.
Okay.
And this one boy, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to put him out on the stream. He might be out there, and once he go on the stream, it's everywhere in the world, and he might see it. But this boy used to always, he was a classmate of mine. That's all he did from third grade till he graduated was dig up his nose and eat boogies.
Oh, he was a booger consumer. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't understand what was the gratification.
Snot sucker.
I mean, huh?
Snot sucker. Go ahead.
I didn't know the gratification from it, but I always used to tell people, just leave him alone. Why are you picking with him? He already picking with himself.
I'll say.
You know what I mean?
Nailed that.
Leave him alone. Let him do his due diligence. Let him enjoy, the fruits of his labor. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I mean, if they your peoples, they your peoples. You know what I'm saying?
And there's another one. My boy Rain, and I'm gonna put this boy name out there. And I've been looking for him for years. Rain and Gaddy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Cool ass white boy. He was one of my best friends at Greenfield. And when I was getting bullied, he was getting bullied. But I would defend him because, Raymond I used to get my lunch money and eat my lunch money with breakfast. But Raymond used to bring lunch to school and we used to sit together. So he'd be like, yo, Troy, hey, take this. So Raymond used to break a brother off lunch and everything.
Okay.
So we developed some type of friendship through that. One time somebody was getting ready to fight him. I said, y'all not gonna do that. Even though I had a little bitch in me, I didn't want nobody to pick with Raymond.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I mean, you have to defend the defenseless sometimes, even if that means you gotta go through some of the shit that you gotta go through.
Yeah.
You got to. It's mandatory. That's part of it.
My thing is, if they your people, they your people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they your people. Now listen, like I don't know if you was listening to the show earlier when I was talking about. Suppose you had a friend who was married. You knew a couple, and they engaged in wife swapping, swinging. They in a swinger lifestyle. Now, people have strong feelings about that. Mm-hmm. It's really one of those things like either you agree with it or you totally disagree with it. Mm-hmm. So even though you might totally disagree with it yourself, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to let other people judge them because, I mean, that's their marriage. That's how they've decided to be together. You know what I'm saying?
How the old saying go, what they do don't make you shit and what you do don't make you shit.
Yeah. Now, some people are not going to be able to defend that because they might, look at marriage as being more spiritually based. You know what I mean? More divinely grounded. You know what I'm saying? Where they might feel like, no, you can't do that. You absolutely can't do that. So even though you're my friend, when I hear about you doing that, I can't defend that. So this isn't necessarily a black and white situation where you totally have to defend what they do. But there's a way that you cannot defend it without being offensive.
Well, it's like this. You might can't defend it, but you might not agree with what they're doing, but you can defend them. You don't have to be outspoken about what they're doing, but you can come to the defense of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can agree on that part right there because sometimes you don't agree with certain things that individuals do, But you say, you know what? I mean, I don't think anybody has the right to go back and just pick on you or to come at you the way they come at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I agree on that 100%.
Yeah. Like with me, there's no way that I'm going to defend, swinging. I'm not with all that shit. That shit sound crazy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just can't picture me and my woman being in a room with another man and another woman, and as I'm knocking off his wife, he's knocking off mine, and I'm seeing this.
Well, it doesn't necessarily go that way. It doesn't. It's not always y'all in the same room. Like, they got all kinds of rules to this shit, man. Like, they got rules that they implement before you even go in there. It's like, you can have straight sex with them, but of course you got to use a condom, and no oral sex, no kissing, because that's our thing. They got there's a whole lifestyle. Like, no anal, no, you can't do anything with them that you wouldn't do with me. No special tricks or whatever. Or maybe the opposite of that. Like, yeah, you can do that special thing with them because I'm not going to do it. That's not our thing. You understand? Like, there's so much to it. And I've learned that from knowing people who swing. I've read about it and shit like that. It's crazy. But the reason that I looked into it is because I wanted to understand, like, exactly what's going on. Because originally I thought it was just some freak shit. Like what you were talking about on some orgy shit or whatever. But no, it's not. It's not. Like, your wife and the dude might go in another room by themselves, or your wife might be bi-curious and want a woman. So she might, wife swap that way. So, because you can't give your woman a woman, she gets a woman for herself, and she might be bisexual. So, y'all don't have any problems in the bedroom, but she just like the scissor a few times, a little once in a while or some shit like that. So it can go. There's a lot to it. So your propensity to defend them or not may hinge on a variety of factors. Oakland said Terry Crews. Yeah, sorta. Yeah, sorta. Yeah, it's very. It can be very Terry Crews.
And the thing is that this is where we always go with you, Oakland. You was pretty much cool. We went with the I'm coming home. We thought about it at the end, but then you go with Terry Crews and then spell the word Cruz wrong. I thought you said about Ted Cruz.
Well, no. How does that is the actual Spanish way to spell Cruz?
Oh, come on, son. Trews. Terry Crews.
That's how you spell his name?
Yeah.
He must have made that up. That is not the way you spell the last name Cruz.
I mean,
and like Tom Cruise.
Was he want to say a director or an executive was fondling him because he allowed that to happen. It also happened to men in Hollywood too, like it did women.
Hold on, let me see. Now you got me curious about this shit.
Check it out.
What is Terry Cruz's birth name?
Terry Crews' full name is Terrence Allen Cruz.
Oh, his name is Cruz, like a crew, like a group of people. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, yeah, you can see. Okay, that's acceptable. All right.
Yeah. He played for the Eagles.
This motherfucker's a Leo? No, the fuck he ain't. The fuck out of here. He one of those July. He one of them July Leos. No fucking wonder.
You gotta put him in July.
He one of them July Leos. Yeah, he ain't rap. He ain't rap. You know what I'm saying? he one of them Cancer Leos. We ain't jacking that. But anyway, yeah. So we asked the question in the chat before about like if you had a friend who went to jail like maybe they robbed the bank or something. They committed a crime that you may not agree with. And like I said, I wanted to make it easy. Like, let's not do no pedophile, no sex offender type shit. Let's not make it too hard. You know what I mean? Because
let me ask you a question. Sorry for interrupting. So let's say you had a bull, right? That y'all was hanging around each other. Y'all grew up together. Everything was cool. Y'all used to write graffiti. Y'all used to go to the house parties. Used to chill at his house, And then years and years down the line, he got locked up and, for drugs, and then came home, and one thing led to another, and then you found out he was gay. Could you defend that?
I could defend him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've grown up with dudes that was gay. I mean, they wasn't gay when I didn't know they was gay, but because I've, had friends who came out of the closet and all that kind of shit. And listen, man, it was harder back. I will say this. It was harder for me back then because, you trying to establish your straight identity. You know what I'm saying? When you're younger, 17, 18 years old. But if I've known somebody, if you was my man, you my man. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I didn't know he was gay and people were saying, people was calling him gay and saying that he's soft and all that kind of shit, I defended him then. So why wouldn't I defend him when he's actually gay? I can't rock with him. I'm not going to.
I've been through that before too. And what happened was when I didn't believe it. So when I approached him and I seen him, I was like, yo, people saying this. And he was like, what people saying? I said, well, this is what they saying. He said, he got ignorant with me. And I was like, yo, I'm not coming off ignorantly at you. And just understand, I'm not the Troy that I was when I was younger. I'm a different Troy, and there's a difference in how I react to things. You know what I mean? I'm showing you respect because I want to make sure that we can approach each other differently. And if somebody is coming at you, I can defend you. As one of my bulls, I'm not going to just turn my back on you, but don't come at me because I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Don't go on a defense. Just be straight up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the comedian would kick him in and he like, was you looking at my ass when we were here? Yo, when I stayed at your house, man, man, I was hollering at your sister the whole time, but I don't know, was you trying to balk at me, man? Come on, bro.
Nah, like, my thing would be like if people saying that he gay, he been gay and all, I can't defend that if I know he gay. You know what I'm saying? But if you try to say like he's not a decent person or other things that point to his character, his sexual orientation is his sexual orientation.
To each his own. You know what I mean?
But
if you go I don't have a problem with whatever a person does, that's their thing. If I'm cool with you, I'm cool with you. You know what I mean? If you're a lesbian, I'll protect you. If we cool and you're a lesbian, I'm gonna do that. If you gay, I'm gonna do that. But at the end of the day, just don't come off ignorant, disrespectful to me because I'm trying to just give me the right answer so I can know how me and you can coexist with one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, have you ever been in a situation where, that a friend of yours did not defend you against somebody who might have been talking bad on your name, whether they was telling the truth or whether they were lying?
Yeah, I've been in there before.
Yeah.
I've been there before. I think out of everybody, like in the top, let's say the top 3 people in my life that defended me the best, I think I could put you at 1.
Well, damn.
Because of the comedy thing and shit that I was
okay. All right. Let's say, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, the shit I'm going through right now, number one, but before that's 1B, but 1A is the shit I was going through with comedy. And you seen what was going on, and you was like, nah, because anybody else would have been like the boy with the initials MH.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know when you came out and was like, no, I ain't coming to him like that. That's my people. We cool. We tight. You know what I mean? Then that's different. You know what I mean? And you seen the shit that was going on. You know, I was still shocked that you remember the night from down at Lancaster Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you was like, that was the beginning stages of all that shit. And I was like, damn, I forgot all about that shit. You know, but the thing about it is that would be there, and then there's a couple other people, like the people I grew up with around my neighborhood that defended me and protected me from not allowing me to be in the drug game.
Mm.
You know, they was big because they was like, no, we're not going to get. First of all, they knew my mom. My mom was like a committee person, and my mom would have been like, no, we ain't doing that. Let me make these calls.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would have been like on the phone. Hello? Yeah, they trying to, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, I mean, people like that, I still, and even with my cousin Fred, you know, one New Year's Eve, we was at we was at my boy's barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
They all smoking weed. They passed it me. I was getting ready to smoke. He smacked the shit right out my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't do that fucking shit. Don't do that. So, I mean, certain things, you know, when people know who you are and respect who you are as an individual, and then they defend you, shit, it's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, it takes some weight off of you because you be trying to defend yourself so much that you don't know anybody else out there that see the shit you're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, but
so when other people see the shit you're going through and they come to your defense, you be like, damn, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's one thing when somebody didn't defend you when you're younger. When you're younger, you know, people might fall short of trying to defend you when you're younger. But as you become a grown person and you know, you have some years on you, you've been through certain experiences and all that kind of shit. You're not trying to deal with none of this disloyalty. You know what I mean? And loyalty has a lot of different faces. But the most easily recognizable face of loyalty is disloyalty. You know, you can tell when somebody ain't standing up for you. Now, you know, sometimes you got to decide what's worse. Somebody running off on you when you needed them physically, or somebody allowing somebody else to throw dirt on your name, which can fuck up things for you in the future. You know what I mean? You know, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. Now, like me and you have discussed before, when it comes to show business or business, period, my standards are lower because I understand it's over money, and I know how some people get over a couple of dollars, so I get that. But when it's on a personal level, and you feel like you can't defend somebody because the majority of people ain't standing up for them, but more than likely against them. Like, to me, that means that you're scared to disagree. Like, you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that gang mentality. Like, all right, whatever everybody else say, I say. Whatever everybody else do is what I'll do. You know what I mean? You like what every parent warned against or preached against. You know, the whole, if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you jump off one? But that's you. You would actually jump off the bridge with them. Or for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, in an adult life, you just might not find that to be acceptable. I know I don't. Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it must be crazy. So, yeah. Clout chasing at this age? The fuck? Uh, I was dealing with this girl. This had to be around 2005, 2006, some shit like that. And I don't know if you remember, Troy. I used to go rollerblading. That used to be my shit.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And evidently, she thought rollerblading was just for girls.
Wow.
Limited thinking, dumb John. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what? So my man had just got a new pair of skates. And he was like, yo, you know what I mean? When we gonna go down to the drive, you know what I mean? So I can test these skates out. And she heard him and she was like, y'all going rollerblading? And I was like, yeah. What's the problem? Oh, I thought only girls did. She said some old stupid shit. I was like, the fuck? So, like, that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. But imagine what she was saying about that and about me when I wasn't around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of shit that might put up all kinds of red flags when it comes to friends and shit like that. Because when you know that somebody is opinionated and their opinions are not based on any kind of factual or any knowledge base, any type of informational, base. Yeah, it's hard to get comfortable around people like that. So you might never expect them to defend you on anything because they've already shown you where they stand most of the time with certain things that you might do. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the worst part of being defended by, it's not. You ran down a gamut of things that people would have to defend people against, but it's the worst person that if the person that you're in a relationship with, you can't come to your defense. That's the hurt. That's a hurt piece.
Okay, now why would a person that you're in a relationship with not defend you?
Because in their mind, you're always wrong. They don't see no right in what you're saying. Sometimes your significant other will find some flaws in what your kids are saying. They'll point out what you did wrong to make your kids think the way that you think the way they think.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And instead of, because when a woman speaks about what went wrong, what's going on with their day at work, one thing a man should never do, and that's blame her. And that's say, you was wrong about that. Your job when she's talking is to be like, for real? That's what happened? Then that's fucked up. I don't even know why that person would say that. That's some corny shit. Your job is to defend her. If you go on the dark side of not defending her and you tell her she was wrong, you better not eat that spaghetti at night.
Well, that definitely depends on the woman. But I'll say,
the truth.
Yeah, I'll say this. This is that example is a little bit different than what we talking about because
no, but yeah, it is. But the thing is, like with my you know, when it comes to your kids, you would like to think that your kids, you know, are not disrespectful.
Yeah.
But when they are disrespectful, you would expect for that person to be on the defense of you and not be on not defend the kids or not say, well, they only feel that way because of, you know, since this is going on with you, now you want to spend time with them. No, they feel that way because that's how they want to feel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And by you saying that part, you're condoning the ignorance of what they felt.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. You know. So I mean.
Okay. So I was thinking along these lines.
Give me it.
All right. So I agree with you. Like if your kids get out of pocket, you know what I mean? Your significant other, your wife, I mean, should I say your spouse or your your woman should or man should defend you. You know what I'm saying? Or at least straighten them out. But I'm thinking like in another scenario where you and your wife, you and your woman or whatever are on the same page about a lot of things. You know what I mean? That's the reason y'all together, right? But maybe she has friends who don't feel like you fit the physical mold of who she should be with. Maybe they feel like she too pretty to be with you, or she got too much going on to be with somebody who makes the kind of money you make. You know what I'm saying? Or because maybe what you do for a living is not up to speed with what they think you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like so because socially or economically, you might not fit the mold of what she's had before or what her social structure thinks is the thing to do. If she doesn't defend you in that situation, to me, she's worthless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, wait a minute, hold on. So a woman that don't defend her man and let her girlfriends, you know what I mean, put him down, like, yeah, you shouldn't be with him. You should be with this other dude, or you should have stayed with the other boy, or such and such like you. You should have got with him. Like,
let me introduce you to this person.
Even if it's not like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that your choice that you made to be with that man, or vice versa, that the fact that you made that choice to be with that woman as a man, you mean to tell me that ain't good enough for you? You couldn't defend that? Yet you going home to that motherfucker? Or that chick? I had an old head friend, man. May he rest in peace. My man Linwood, AKA Snoop. That was my man, 100 grand. But he used to front on his woman all the time. He used to mess around with this thick ass light skinned joint from out South Philly on that side. The high numbers around 20th, 27th, 29th. You know, them motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers different. You know what I'm saying? Near Tasker. But not all the way over that side. But yeah, definitely near Tasker. You know, them cats. But anyway, she used to hold it.
It hit different.
Them motherfuckers different, dog. They different. But anyway, she used to hold it down for this motherfucker so strong. You know what I mean? Like, she loved the shit out of me. And every time she wasn't around, he was talking about, this fat chick. He was always calling her fat. He never said that she was cute. She was a big John, but she was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She wasn't no big fat John. She had thickness, but she was cute. And she was definitely down for him. So I could see her doing nothing but defending his jailbird ass. You know what I mean? But meanwhile, he was always dissing when she wasn't around. But when she came around, he all up in her face and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, huh. Now, at the time, Troy, I couldn't have been more than like 30, 31. You know what I mean? This was in the early 2000s. So I'm 30, 31, 32. This is before I even started in comedy and all of that. And he had to be, at the time, like about 45, around that. So there was a good 14, 15-year difference between us. And I'm thinking like, man, you're a grown-ass man. And you can't be with your woman comfortably, because what you think? I'm a disser?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. I'm respectful.
He think you gonna co-sign what he's saying.
And I never did. I thought, honestly, that, like I said, that was my man, may he rest in peace, because that was my dog. But I thought that shit was disgusting. I did. I thought it was disgusting. Because you don't open up the door for somebody else to talk bad about your woman. That's what you don't do. So if you talk bad about her, I could see if she was giving him problems, like, yo, this bitch be taking all my motherfucking money. And you know what I mean? She lying, she cheating all the time, she blah, 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 blah. I could see if that was the case. She was loyal as fuck. He was fucking with her. He always tried to kick it like he was only messing with her because she had money. And she was breaking bread. He was the first one who ever said to me, yo, they pay like they weigh, oh. So he was always trying to hook me up with one of our friends, like, yo, they all pay like they weigh. You got to come over here and get this money. So he had mad pimp in him. But at the same time, he loved the John. So I'm like, well, why don't you just represent that? You love her, love her. You know what I mean? It was crazy. But shit like that, I don't know, it turns me off. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth.
For real. It turns me off. Like, I don't care what, I don't care, as a man, I don't care what a man is going through with his woman. He ain't there is no door wide enough for me to talk bad about her. You know what I mean? Like, with him there? Like, nah. And you know it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can exchange information and we can help each other, whatever. But I'm not here to disrespect yours. Cause
like he talking to you and he calling us everything. You be like, yeah, girl, she is a real bitch, man.
Yeah.
Like he wants you to feed into
that bitch ain't shit. You know what I mean? You need to stop fucking with her. Like, nah, man. Listen, I understand that your heart don't beat. My heart don't beat for hers like yours do. So I'm going to just respect that. And it ain't going to be hard for me to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Where I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, not being able to defend your peoples, that's your peoples. So just on some shallow shit, because they don't make the kind of money, or they don't dress a certain kind of way, or they don't drive a certain car, or they don't live in a certain way, or they don't attract what you attract. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck that got to do with the fact that that's your people's? Yours. Either they is or they ain't. That's my thing. If they not your people's, then why are you hanging around them?
Right.
Because they ain't paying you. So you can't say it's a business move. You hanging with them for free. Why? You don't have nothing good to say about them. Or you can't defend them when people are coming at their neck and they dead wrong. Or even
but you can't defend. You could not defend her because you're going against her when she's not around.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way you can defend her. So if somebody says something about her, you ain't gonna be like, "No, don't be talking about my chick." No, you gonna be like, "You know what? You're right."
Shit.
And that's fucked up.
It is.
That's completely fucked up. Even if it's vice versa, the same thing. It's just that's a fucked up situation. You know, that can take somebody, that can take that chick to a whole different level of a dark side of her thoughts in her head, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's certain things I can defend on a lot of things, but it's certain things. Like, what could you not defend on, son?
Pedophilia or sexual assault.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm sorry.
Pedophilia, sexual assault, murder. You know, it depends on what type. Like, if you had to defend yourself, that's different. But if it's just senseless murder, I couldn't defend that.
Yeah, essentially, like, there are a lot of different ways to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say I couldn't defend you on murder.
It depends. Like, if you got in a fight with a person, you hit the boy, he fell down, hit his head on the ground. You know what I mean?
Or
y'all both, yeah.
Listen. The boy might have pulled out on you, pistol whipped you, and you survived it. Went home, got your shit, came back and blasted.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say?
Well, he was pistol whipping you. You got your hand on this hammer, and that's it.
Listen, even if he didn't pistol whip you, you pull out a motherfucker. You pull out on somebody, and you don't hit him. Whatever happens after that, that's on you. Because the golden rule, whether you choose to follow it or not, is do not pull your shit out if you ain't gonna use it. Because people are not gonna forgive you for pulling out on them. At least in my generation, they didn't. You pull out on a motherfucker, you better go ahead and handle your business.
You pull out pole. Once you pull pole, that's it.
Yeah, man. So if they pulled out on my man and they ain't use it, that's a universal threat, eternal. Like, so I had to go. He went and handled his business. Maybe he could have handled it a different kind of way. Would you expect him to do? Go to the cops?
Yeah, because I was looking at YouTube today, and they was talking about the story about the lady that went to the store to go pick some food up with her son. And the boy was, you might have seen it on YouTube, and the boy was cursing out his mom and this, that, and the other. So she told the son to go to the car and get a gun. Mm-hmm. And when he went to the car to get the gun, by the time he got back to the store, the guy was hitting the shit out of his mom. This boy was a teenager. I saw that
shit. I saw that. That was a very controversial joint. You know what I mean? That
shot and killed the boy.
Yeah, that wasn't. I ain't like that story at all. Cause that chick was wrong. You know what I mean? That shit was wrong. You don't send your son to go get no gun to do. You don't do that. And I don't know. I disagree with that shit, and I still do. I'm not gonna put my teenage kids in a position to have to do no time or even have to stand trial for me. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was it was a lot of different footage on that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to put that. I wouldn't want to put that heaviness on his heart. That's something. That's a hell of a thing you got to carry around with you for your teenage years and the rest of your life. You know what I mean? To sit back and say, I killed somebody. I shot even though I defended my mom, I shot and killed somebody. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I would never, if anything, I would have walked away and just left the store myself.
She was a grimy John. She wasn't right. She wasn't. I couldn't defend the mom. I couldn't do it. I'm like, nah. That. But yeah. So yeah, when somebody is your people's, and you know, they don't step up and verbally defend you against people who throwing salt on your name. I mean, is that your people? If you the type that can't verbally defend your peoples because you mad at them, you know, because y'all done had a falling out, a disagreement. So now you siding with the enemies that's talking shit. Well.
Yeah, you right. My brother is a pussy.
And I've seen it so many times. I'm like, yo, man, this shit head, boy. Who?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's bad look. And it's the kind of shit that leaves a bad taste in your mouth for years.
Yeah.
For mad years. Like, okay. Because you'll always remember when motherfuckers, you know, took up for you. And you always remember when they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it can be so confusing because sometimes the people that you swore would never take up for you are the ones that may have done it behind the scenes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he spoke up. Like, yeah, man, you know, I know that y'all don't fuck with each other like that, but he yeah, he or she definitely spoke up for you. Like, nah, you're not gonna do that. You know, sort of like John McCain did for Barack Obama in 2000. Yeah. Like, you know, we not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, we not doing that. Like, listen, I understand you don't like the boy, and he is my opponent. You know what I mean? So in that vein, ideologically, I don't fuck with him either. But what we not going to do is be, you know, spreading no false propaganda and shit. We shouldn't need that to win.
Yeah, because it takes me out. Because you know, I'm a person that if I come in contact with you, and you pretty much know this, that if I come in contact with you, you know, it don't take long for me to be thorough with you. If you thorough, so I can back you up and I can defend you. But you know, it's like I can't stand a person that know that type of person, know the person that I am, and know that when I'm going through something or when I'm going through ordeals, it's like for instance, you know the situation I'm going through about the work situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the health situation with my situation, but the people I was working with, they was going through that shit. And I was like, yo, give me my man number so I can call and check up on him. Make sure he's thorough, he cool. You know? And when that situation happened with that airplane in Northeast, the two people that was on there, I used to feed them. You know? And I was real sympathetic, and when all that situation happened, and the news people was coming up there, and they had locked the door and everything, but all the big wigs was up there, so I had made this big lunch for everybody without them asking. I did all this stuff and all that stuff. So now that I'm on the outside looking in, and after I got hurt on the job, you realize nobody called me from this job?
Mm.
The bull, one of them had gout, and I was worried more about the fact that it might be your sugar and this, that, and the other. Yo, go get your sugar checked out. Go make sure that there's other. And I'm telling them this because I'm concerned about them. But now you turn back around and you can't even just call my phone like Troy. It's not that I need that first, but yo, you cool? What's going on? You all right? Them the people I don't really like to really fuck with.
Yeah, I
don't
get
like
it.
to fuck with them type of bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's just a work situation, then let it be known that it's just a work situation. But if I'm defending you at the job, if the supervisor come and say some stupid shit to me about you, and I'll defend you, you know. But then when something happened to me, you can't even just go out your way and be like, yo, let me call and see what's going on, my man.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me right there the type of person you are.
It sure will. That shit sticks in your mind.
You know what I mean? For real. I mean, shit. That's sad. Because there's not too many cool and thorough people out here like that, man. It's not.
If it is, they ain't easy to find like they used to be.
Yeah, they're not easy to find like they used to be, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or you see a lot of fakeness. They become thorough, but then you see some fake shit going on with them.
Look, you can't be thorough and fake at the same time.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. I mean, I can defend a lot, but pedophilia I can't defend. Abuse of children I can't defend. Certain types of murders I can't defend. You know, stupidity and ignorance I can't even defend that. You know, when somebody just blatantly does stupid shit, they can either hurt somebody or even hurt themselves. You know, I can't defend it.
Yeah.
You know damn well if why would you pop willies on a motorcycle? You don't got no helmet on. Can't defend it. You know, I just had a nephew. My nephew passed away this year, riding on an ATV without no helmet on.
What was the name of that famous biker in South Philly? Derek.
Was it in the Bean song?
Yeah.
Raymond.
So I can never.
Raymond was my cousin's cousin.
I can never remember
Raymond was a thorough young boy. So I hear.
Huh? I said, so I hear.
Yeah, Raymond was riding that motorcycle down 25th Street underneath the bridge. Got decapitated.
Yeah, it said, except for that, he was very thorough. The bike.
Yeah, thorough as shit. His sister name was Isha. You know, mom, everybody, all of them cool as shit, man. In the song Die like Raymond, riding a bike. That shit hurt her family and my cousin. My cousin was hurt like a motherfucker. I still remember seeing him riding on bikes, bro.
Yeah, they said nobody could ride like him.
No.
That's what they said.
No. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about it. Certain things you can't defend. You can't defend things that you do to hurt you. You know. I mean, it's certain things you can't defend. I can't defend a person out there in the drug game, but I can understand. I can't defend it. You know what I mean? But I won't allow nobody to disrespect them because, you know, some people just don't understand the plight of some people. You know what I mean? I'm not here. One thing about me, I'm not here to judge you. There's a higher being that judges you. But I am here to give you some advice on what not to do that can either hurt you or hurt other people. You know what I mean? And if somebody come at your neck the wrong way, I can defend you.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going out of the town, and if I'm growing up, and if I'm going to North Philly, I'm up. Yo, son, what you doing? I gotta go to North Philly. I'm gonna call son. I ain't gonna call Tyrone. Tyrone, I know Tyrone. So I'm go down Tyrone Spring. Yeah, I never forgot, man. During my whopping days. You know what I mean? During my house party days. Me, my cousin Carlton, all of it. I was the big guy in the group. We went down to 50 something in Kensington. Went to a house party. First we went to one house party because all the people from Bach was there. So we went there, but it wasn't pumping like it was. So we went to
You mean King Session?
Huh?
You mean King Session?
King Session. What did I say?
You said 50th in Kensington. I'm like, where? The fuck?
King Session, yeah.
Yo, like, whoa. You making up shit now.
I'm like, yeah, you right, King Session. I went down that motherfucker, son. So we go in the basement to this house party. As soon as we walk down, you know, the girls all around us. We all getting our dance on and shit. They like how we was moving and shit. All of a sudden, after we stopped dancing, you know, we got some napkins wiping our face off. These fools over here, they pulling out bullets, sizing us up with bullets. Yeah, this right here. You know, this is a 45 right here. I got 22s right here. I got all these bullets, man. We looking at them, but we not feeding into the bullshit.
Right.
So we turn back around. We get ready to leave. Right. As we get ready to go outside, all the bulls follows us up the steps. So when we get outside the door, we cool as shit because the cops right there. Parked right outside the house.
Mm.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we just don't understand why these motherfuckers pulled off.
What, the cops?
The cops pulled off.
Mm.
All of a sudden, that shit was like Cooley High running. Mm-hmm. I was Cochise. Sprint like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm the biggest one out of the group, so one of the boys, my cousin Jack, he hit underneath a car. I don't know where Carlton went at. My other cousin went at. But I know one thing, they caught up to me. 15, 12 people caught up to me. I can tell you one thing. I had that yellow stripe going up my back like a bitch. Every time I talk, I heard myself going like.
Oh, shit. I hear you, though. Yeah.
I turn back around.
That's a bad scenario. Them odds, you know what I mean? Them odds is terrible.
It just so happened that one of the boys knew me from being down South Philly at his cousin's house.
Oh.
They're like, no, y'all ain't fucking with him. That's my people from down SP. That's my peoples. And then I turned back around. I seen one of the boys that was chasing me. And I said, yo, you go to Bach. You in my gym class. That's all I had to see, man. Whew. I got home. I got on that 13 trolley, man.
I hear that.
I made it home Sunday night. I was on the phone talking to the football team about the boy that was in my gym class. My mom heard me talking that morning. My OG, Terry Carpenter, he worked for Crisis Intervention. Remember Crisis Intervention?
Yes, definitely.
He came up to school. Troy. Somebody called me downstairs to the office. I got downstairs to security. I got downstairs to security. He's like, Troy, you know your mom called me, right? She had his direct line. I was like, what's going on? He's like, well, what happened? Why they brought the ball down? The ball was down there too. Listen, I had the whole football team ready to whoop this bull's ass. Now that's what I'm talking about defending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about defending, man. You know, like like the relationship like back in the day when you and Jay was all together and y'all was in school and shit. I can imagine the shit y'all went to that y'all had to defend each other.
That was school.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it wasn't nobody. We was in school. It wasn't nobody to have to defend it. You know, it wasn't that. You know, but we've been in situations outside of the school.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
well, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen, Jason was a low key thug back in the day.
You told me about the fucking Queen Latifah shit.
Jay. I didn't even know. I didn't really realize how deep it is. Until I went up to University Park. He stayed here. I'm like, this motherfucker needed to go up the park. He was tainted down. Was like he was low key the one that needed to get away from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna claim my man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. But listen, let's get on the body here and do these birthday shout outs. And
all right, boy. Look, man, it's always a pleasure. And you know, hit me up tomorrow if you can. Even if you want to hang up, when you hang up, hit me up. I just want to check on you, bro.
No doubt, man. That's what's up. Good looking.
You know what I mean? All right, man. Love everybody in the stream. Holla at me, man.
All right.
One love, bro.
One love. Peace. All right, y'all. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious October 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Cleopatra Jones, not the movie, but the girl. And also Kim Bryant. And she's raising money for fundraiser to erase MS. Good shit. And Mrs. Edwards, Adenike Sincere, Janai Bella Don Burwell, Tanya Palmer, Lorinda Shields, Lily Robinson, Christine Talbert, God is working greatly for me, Bowie, or should I say Bowie? Because normally, well, anyway. All right, Paula Prince, Victoria Istua Somalia, Kwajalein Brown, my girl Harris Crump, my people's Black Key Beats, you know, producer extraordinaire. And last but not least, Gene James. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, if your peoples can't defend you and they calling you their peoples, then they're not the peoples that you should be calling your peoples. Your peoples are supposed to look out for you. They're not necessarily supposed to carry you, but they should make sure that you are always good in their eyes and correct in the eyes of others. I was looking at the poll results. And it was saying, and the poll question was, do you defend your loved ones to the end, even if they may be a little bit wrong? And 50% says, I defend them when they are right. 22% says, in public, I defend them. And in privately, I scold them. 17% says, if they are close to me, I defend them, period. 11% says if they are wrong, I'm not defending them. Okay, cool. Well, I think that what's right and what's wrong is sometimes subjective. And sometimes you have to make a move even though you might not be all the way right. Or should I say they may not be all the way right. They may be right enough in their character for them to be right in your eyes as far as being able to be defended. And defending someone doesn't always mean physically defending them, putting up hands or taking up weapons. It doesn't always mean that. Sometimes it can just make sure that you keep their name buzzing positively in the streets. And who needs more than that? You can take care of the rest. You're going to make the money that you make. You're going to live the life that you want to live. You're going to strive to get the things that you want. That being said, man, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. Music show, 1 a.m. Music show. Tomorrow night. Music show, 1 a.m. Music show. So make sure y'all come through 1 a.m. tomorrow night instead of 2 a.m. And we will be having a ball. Y'all know how we do on Music Fridays. Y'all know how we do on Music Topic Fridays. It's going to be some good shit. No, I don't know the topic right now, so don't ask. But I bet you by tomorrow, you know what I mean? And I ain't even going to take all day with it either. But it's going to be some hot shit, some fly shit, and some fun shit tomorrow at 1 a.m. So make sure y'all come on through. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I'll holler back, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.